back to do a reading for this strong period of January the 6th through the 12th. We're going to be taking a real quick look at what might be staying and what is going away. We have a lunar eclipse happening during the full moon this Friday the 10th. And I'm hearing for some of you all, you might want to look and see what house is being affected by this in your own birth charts. You might want to pull up a free reading anywhere on the web that does them and take a look at what house is being affected, because this new ear thing, the you thing, keys are in the tones of what was never pulled through the halo, where the moon was ever removed from the other side of the container of, that body that you've been surveying, because the eye had to go all the way around to see itself clearly. And that's what this year is about. So we begin with an eclipse to help us see that here in the sign of Cancer. And over the course of this new ear thing, you will be hearing differently about what is being sired inside of that energy, because some of us are birthing from the inner state. Some things are going to stay, other things are going to go. What you might want to look at is the spread between Cancer 8 degrees and Cancer 20 degrees. I'll leave a link below for those of you that like to follow in the reading with me that's recommended, and also look forward to seeing you if you all would like to meet me again this Friday for a little bit of a reading on this ear thing that we're hearing differently inside of the one strong incept ion beginning for the new Cam era. It's a little more like a Barbie zone, okay? Catch you on the inside of your reading. And if you need a reading of your own, something with just your energy, here's the plug. Information's below. Hit me up and we'll take a look at some of the things you really need to know that nobody's really telling you about, that thing that's going on between the ears that weren't attached to that ceiling, and that's where the sage goes. See you on the inside of your reading. Hey, what's going on, Taurus? How's it going? Hope you're doing great. Just getting some more of your energy on these cards, although I have shuffled all of these decks quite a bit in between readings. Go ahead and pull 3 of these Shadowscapes cards. One for you, one for them, and one for the disposition. It's you, that's them, that's what's going on. And okay, are you dealing with a Capricorn? I think I was hearing something like that before, and I want to say it may have had this card as well as like what's keeping them up, or what had to change. It's 9 of Swords there, Taurus. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like just how long things are, because for some of you all, this is about like your day. I'm hearing it's like your grind. It's like, it's what you do. It's like where all your attention went, and then it's like, where did it go? Because I'm seeing it's like, where did they go? It's like there are all these birds there, but it's like, I'm hearing it's like nobody's home. Somebody's vacant subscriber list? I don't know, I'm hearing about that. So I don't know what it is, but it's like you have a little bird that's like on your shoulder, kind of like chirping at you. I'm hearing something about the crow and the ley line in the tune, in the encasement. For those of you that study the metaphysical arts, know what that one might be looking at there, and why, although they have that sword, it's almost like they're holding it like harikari style, you know? Like the samurai that would take it and impale themselves with it. So I'm hearing for some of you all, excuse me, throat chakra issues. And card slipping out from the bottom wants me to look. 6 of Wands. Whatever it is, especially if there's like, I'm hearing something about a benign exploratory option, or an exploratory option proving something benign. And 6 of Wands, and congratulations to whoever needed to know. They're standing out here in the sun, holding up the wreath. And so you know this is a very victorious energy here. Here for some of you all, it's like 6 or 9 or 9 or 6, maybe something to deal with Cancer. But also something to deal with Fibonacci sequence and like exchanges on the light is what I'm hearing about. You're going to know whether or not that applies for you here. Let's go ahead and see what else is here. I could just go on and break these down for you, Taurus. And you might also want to check the other energies. Just a few days ago, I posted the January so that we may see clearly readings. And I'm hearing there might be some messages in there for some of you all if you haven't seen them. So, what else is going on here? We're going to take a look at your energy first. You got the Queen of Cups, and I hear, don't it make you want to cry? Queen of Cups, oh baby. Oh baby. Look at that. She is lovely. What a nice, beautiful image of that Queen of Cups. And how she exists. It's like, she's almost like levitating, you know, but she's not. She's on this little sea turtle that's kind of like gliding underneath her. It's like some Moana stuff there, if you've seen Moana. Oh, my nieces introduced me to Moana. And yeah, it's beautiful. Taurus, you may or may not have water in your chart. Somebody might be bringing this out of you, is what I'm hearing. Because some of you I'm hearing, it's like, oh, earthbound. I hear about your grand earth trine and like a wee smidge of air. And like, there's no water in there anywhere. I'm hearing about some of you all, your guides are awesome. And just how somebody is drawing that energy out of you somehow. It's like how you've been galvanized, you know? It's beautiful. Well, Queen of Cups. Possibly, also who you're dealing with. This could be love interest, somebody possibly. I got the cups, you know? It's just poetry, love, emotional things, and she'll just, if you let her, right? And so, he, they, other, whatever. This could be other people. Somebody that most likely has a sun, a moon, or a rising in one of the water elements. So, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I don't know what it is about these. I'm seeing 4. Somebody was wondering, I'm seeing 4. So, that's all I'm going to say there. But yeah, if somebody was wondering about the number, I'm seeing 4. Maybe 5, but yeah, I got 4 strong. All right. For some of you all, I know you don't want to hear that. I'm hearing it's like, oh, I don't want to count that many. But for some of you, you were looking for a number, and that's the one. And for others, it's about what happens there. What a 4 might not have ever been to begin with, or an H if you looked at it on the reverse end of a lens and blew some air through it, and it was smart enough to toot like a horn. Kind of like bodies and form. some of the things that some of us have been figuring out about what really got born and germinated and where they actually went. Because for some of y'all, it's keeping you up at night, and I'm hearing it's like, especially if it's about your grind, like some of y'all, you're like, this is what it's about? And it's like, yeah, dark lens, particle resistance, and a theory that's not proven, and that's where they went. It's a germination factor for some of you all, and it's keeping you up at night. What's underneath here? This is showing me something else. The Hanged Man. So I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like, I'm not feeling very rested. It's like I'm hanging from this situation. I need it to be closed. And there's this person here hanging from the tree. And I might hear something. Your mate next door. Okay, so that person is hanging from the tree. And it's like... I don't know how you can see this, but they've got this tiny little being right under them that's like looking up and kissing them. It's like a little sprite from a tree or something. Oh, just right when I got it. Dang it. There you go. Itty, itty, bitty, itty, bitty. See, it's like a tiny little fairy. And she's like, but he's huge next to her. And there's other beings like all over this tree, and I'm hearing whatever is going on with you, especially if you were concerned about this number 4, because I'm like counting at least like 3 there with that one there. It's like you might just be getting a certain kind of help, and it might just be enough to keep you hanging on is the thing. And I'm just hearing it might be a little deceptive. And so, you know, if something is triggering you and keeping you up around that, you might be having certain hunches for a reason, Taurus. And it's like, yeah, Page of Cups here underneath this, and it's just different energy. This energy is starting to get a little murky. And then here it's a little bit more like purple. It's a little bit more like go within to your higher energies, because especially if you're trying to start something or birth something like this Queen of Cups, she has to start as a page, you know? Everything starts somewhere. And so it's like, know that these things are kind of growing. I'm hearing it's like the energies are ascending, and there's a certain kind of help that you might be receiving, and I'm hearing now, if for nothing else, especially if this is sort of like a toxic situation in some kind of way, that it's like you can't put your thumb on it yet, but it's like there's something there. I'm hearing it's like why this person almost impaled themselves here, and you might find out that it was you, and you didn't realize that what was being put in your hand wasn't actually like good for you, is what I'm hearing. It's like almost like somebody prescribing a bad symptom to you for a reason, and just not being able to see it until it like flies over your head, you know? And so it's like hindsight. Okay, well, let's see what's going on with the Them card. Woo! Page of Swords. There you go. So, somebody's got something to say. Is it you? Is it they? Page of Swords. Sometimes that's communication that gets made, and so I'm hearing for some of y'all that might be what's keeping you up at night over here, because it's like something, maybe you wanted them to say something, or maybe they said something to you. You're gonna have to know what side of this you're on here. I'm hearing it's like what they didn't say is something else, though, because this is the only card here. Well, not so much. There's a little tiny bit of yellow around this person here, whoever's been like not sleeping too well. And there's a ton of like yellow, like healed energy around her. head and like what she's sending with her send energy. But this person here, they're just surrounded by all of this gold energy. It's like there are all these beings with them too that are showing them support, but it's like it's throwing love at them, like love that helps them see themselves more clearly. It's like self-love. A lot of that. And it's good because it's a newer style energy too. I hear that whatever they're going through, it's like it's growing a lot. There's something that they're holding on to. It's like a tiny little, I don't know how well you can see this. The detail in this deck is outstanding. There you go. I'll just say she, okay? What she's holding there, like a tiny little bird. It's like a tiny, tiny, tiny little bird. She's just holding it and she has her own wings, but it's like these birds are like surrounding her. Please let us also support you. It's like she just has a lot of support. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like distance communication, and like I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like I'm hearing somebody might have had to have a cesarean section with their child is what I'm seeing. It's like what the sword is here, and that there was just something on their mind, and I don't know if you were in a long labor and then they just ended up having to cut, or if that's what's going to happen for somebody. And please salute, be safe, and praying for you. But I'm hearing it's like something about the bile and just being safe this time. And so, especially if you're like having a child this week. I got this message for somebody else. I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Aries. I can't remember. Somebody maybe getting a surgery, and I was just hearing you might want to talk to your doctor and see, and also, cause I don't know how it is if you're having to take like epidural or something, or like what you're doing, but there are a couple of homeopathic remedies that you can have that might be really safe while you're having the child to help with recovery. Arnica montana is always really good. I was recommending Stephosagria before too. I don't know about if during a pregnancy though. But anyway, I'm definitely getting an idea that support would be really good for that, especially if there were some concerns about why somebody might be getting induced a certain way or planning for the cesarean. So, for somebody else, I'm hearing this is like, it's distance communication, not just like, I was hearing that about the child. It's like a certain way that you're like communicating with the baby and knowing, okay, no, we gotta do it this way, and like having a real special connection with your child that's like in your body. Wow. The other thing I'm hearing, it's just somebody that's far, somebody that's overseas, and I don't know if there's like an age difference or not, but I'm seeing like, a queen, and I'm seeing a page. They might just look really young too, though. It's hard to tell. It's gonna have to depend on which one you are, but I'm just seeing that it's like whoever this is over here is having, the guides are saying, a gifted stroke. And so you'll know however that is, but it's like whatever they're doing, it's like it's giving more. I'm just seeing all of these, like, it looks like sand dollars like shooting off of them. And it's kind of like what's shooting off of her here too. It's just, it seems like there's a lot more attention on how this one is growing here. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like figuring out where plans might come together, because it sounds like something is definitely leaving here, and it's like I'm just seeing somebody wanting to just like cut something off. Whatever this dark energy is here, because it kind of looks almost like it's taking off somebody, like half of their light. You know, sun's here and then it's like dark. It's almost like it's like severing your energy somehow, is how I'm hearing it. And so it's like, I hear it's just a decision that needs to be taken gently, especially if somebody is being told that they need medical attention for one reason or another. Papa, hey, what are you doing? Come here. You wanna say hi? Got a little traveler here. You might wanna say hi. Hey, you wanna say hi to Taurus? Come here. Oh yeah. I've got a boy. So, just saying hi. This is Johnny. Hey, boy cat, go here. Yeah, you can go and play. Alright. Just had to move some energy through here, because I'm hearing it's going to help, especially for those of you that are moving some energy around. We could use a little bit of yellow assistance. He has tons of that with his Leo sun exactly opposite my moon. So, let's see here. If you've had something like just like bugging at your shoulder, I'm hearing it's like you might be having some like phantom sort of pain with somebody that's not even there, is what I'm hearing. And it's like, it's not that they're not even there, it's that they're like far away from you. You're like, where am I feeling this? And so you might, I don't know, I was getting some messages like that with, I think it was in the Jan that we may see clearly videos that I just posted. If you haven't seen those, you might want to check yours. I want to say it was with Scorpio. They were having something like that happening where it was like they were just like feeling that at a distance, and that it was kind of confusing until you got to talk to somebody about it, and it was like, hey, you know, was that at such and such a time? Yeah, it was at that time. And then you realize you had like a weird communication, like you were right in that same exact dot, just for that. What's up, Papa? Yeah, a little bit of energy feedback from the cat that knows. Now, what do you have in common here, Taurus? Well, we've got the 8 of Swords, and alright, this is bottled up, is what I heard. Bottled up. And this might be weird too. If somebody tried to get you to drink something, is what I'm hearing. There's like somebody that's casting a dark cloud, is the thing. And I don't know how well you can see this, but if you look up there, there's a person's face there, and they're like hands over that tree, and they're like covering the whole forest there, and they've got everything wrapped up. It's like a fort of knives and swords all around this being that's just like caught up in there. But they can't really see it too well because they're so far in that forest. And there's this hummingbird right there, protected with the light, sending up some radiance around this bird. And it's an interesting energy, especially considering it goes from here to the 9. And so for some of y'all, I'm hearing this as like breakdown of communication energy and where things are being lifted off, where this is showing you that now this is kind of what's over here. It's showing you, look, you've been caught up in some kind of brush. And I'm hearing it's like a mess and a tangle of things that might have just cleared themselves up in front of you because now you have a different view. Here, if they're all around you like that, you might not see too clearly. I think my boy might need to go out. I'm gonna let him out real quick. Hey boy. You want out? Go. Go. Good boy. So, when they're all around you like that, you might get a certain kind of comfortable is what I'm hearing with like whatever is uncomfortable. They keep showing me like something on somebody's shoulder. It's like, maybe what this is, or maybe it's just like something niggling at you where it's like, oh, I just know. And so I'm hearing, yes, if you know, you know. Especially if something felt like it came with like some kind of cords attached. Like, he's got all these cords like off of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, whatever these are here, it's like vines and stuff. It's like what that is actually connected to. It's spider webby, you know, it's like all over this. And so I feel like whoever's on this side is like really starting to see it differently. The thing about this queen, it's like, oh, she's amazing, she's wonderful. And it's like, oh, my hands are itching. It's like something was taken from her and she doesn't even know it. She might not have been able to tell, and she needs to be careful what she's receiving, because that left side there is the one that I was worried about. And it's like, right here, it looks like she's grabbing on a vine or something. It's like one of these things. And so that's not what's being sent from here. Everything that's being sent from here is like yellow loving energy. Here, the only thing that's safe is the other bird that's trying to communicate with the one that's like being kept, is what I'm hearing. It's like, I'm getting a reference to I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and for some of you, that might be one to look up. And they're telling me like anything by Etta James right now for some of you. And this Queen of Cups has been through some shit. I'm hearing that it's like, she's tired of feeling like they support her anyway, is what the thing is. And so that could be you, that could be them, but it's like as soon as these two take a dive, it's like, that's me right there wrapped up in it. And yeah, till August is what I'm hearing. So whatever is in August and whatever is in November here, really big on some of y'all's minds. I'm hearing it's like almost like nightmares, just like keeping you up at night and like the woes. And so, some more of these cards are showing up. We've got the Two of Cups. So it's like, what did it mean when you sent me that? So somebody just speaks up here. Two of Cups just showed up here. It's like, whatever it is, she's going to send it out. There's a heart here, there's a cup. And she said, what did it mean when you sent me that? And then right here, there's Temperance. And sometimes this is Sagittarius, but I'm hearing, it might not be Sagittarius, this 14. I'm hearing, it's like a smell here happening in a bubble. Something happened in this bubble, and what was underneath it is the slowest moving knight in the world. the Knight of Pentacles. He's on a magical dragon. It's like a sea dragon, and somehow he wound up in a tree, and it's like how that even landed there. And I'm hearing it's like being wrapped up in something and being worried that like whatever it is that you were wrapped up in before here, because I'm hearing for some of y'all this is like something you're finally seeing very clearly, especially if you're like one of those people that doesn't have like a lot of water in your chart, because I'm hearing for some of y'all here this Queen of Cups is like you having been like bitch slapped down by a fucked up situation. Excuse my bad language and vernacular here, but I'm hearing it just like that from somebody's guide, and it just being like, screw this, and it having to kind of get there for it to even push you enough to like admit a feeling, because some of you, I'm not saying you're not feeling, it's just like for you to get that upset, it's like you had to get pushed there. And I hear like some of you all, it's like whatever happened 2 years ago, and you're like, thank you, because it's like it was like a huge exfoliation in your life. And so for some of you, whatever it is, it's like, know that if you've been working, I'm hearing it's like 8-hour shift and then like 2 days off and needing like another 9 hours because something's off with your metabolism or something like that, and it's like throwing off your equilibrium is what I'm hearing for somebody. And that's a very specific message for somebody. I'm hearing, please go see an endocrinologist, because that might be like a hormone thing. But whatever it is that you were hung up on, it's like you're seeing something really freaking clearly now, that if you hadn't have been so temperate about it before, and I'm hearing that's what that temperance is there, it's like just being like too patient with something and too like willing to just like stick it out, because it's like, no, this is how it is, this is how I'm doing it. And it's like an amazing thing about you that you're like that, because without stuff like that, without people that are sturdy like that and durable like that, it would just be a less dynamic experience in this world that we're all creating together. And so it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have that kind of temperance and stability. It's also sometimes like not good if you get like too passive though, because sometimes you can like mistake a certain strength for where this turns into a certain passivity, where you just became very passive about it because you were so staunch at the same time about how it was going to go that you didn't see things. And so I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like shit started growing, and it's like going in, and it was like pervasive. And I'm hearing it's like now you can see what was sinking. It's like I keep saying it was like some of these things flew away here, but I'm hearing for somebody else it's like something just like it was like the bottom just fell right out of it, and like somebody was trying to figure out what it was. And I don't know what that is, but it's like whatever it was that somebody was looking for proved it wasn't even stable there. And it's like there were people around watching, and so it's like sometimes how we can just get really too used to a certain situation. All right, now he's out there and he's going to stay out there for a little bit, because I hear him again. I'm getting up again right now, Taurus, while I'm working with you. You're going to hang out there, boy. But I'm hearing it's like you're in a certain kind of limbo. It's like a certain kind of limbo with that going on. And what you just need to know is that it's already lifted itself. And so I'm hearing that it's like, even if there's like a certain kind of pass that you have to be, because I'm hearing for some of y'all, this is your job situation that I'm talking to you about. And it's like your 8 or 9 hours that you got to be there, or like whatever it is you're doing. And you just needed to see it more clearly so that you can start to have this thing lifted. But I'm hearing this situation, there's a communication that could come to you from whoever this page is. They're at least communication ready. I'm hearing the worst part about how they communicate is that they might be very busy. Oh, my nose is itching a lot. I don't know if there's like a lot of attention on this or not. Sometimes that's the case. It's like people could be talking about it. And so, maybe somebody's trying to kind of keep it cool over here, especially if you've been going through something emotionally turbulent that you haven't been telling people about. Because I'm hearing, especially if 4 was something with you, it's like that right there was worried. It was just like a lot of worry going on. And that whatever is going on here, it makes you feel like hurrying. And it's good for you to know that if you need to hurry about something, you can, Taurus. You know, you always know when you need to move on something, and you're always able to do that, even if you feel like you can't. Because especially now, it's like you have something moving your emotional water a little bit, even if you didn't have a lot there. And it's coming with a lot of light energy. And the worst part about it is just not getting what you need, because I'm just concerned that you might not be getting too much rest for some reason or another. It seems like there's like an energy vampire here. That was what it feels like, because there's like something that's like, it's more prickly than it looks like, and it's got like tentacles all over it. So just know that where the light is coming from here, there's a heart, and it's like the heart that's over these two heads here that was showing up in this Two of Cups. So let's see, there's some love parts in here for some of you all. I'm really curious to know what it's about too. We've got the Tarot of Sexual Magic here, Taurus. We get a card for you, a card for them. See what we can find out. So here for some of y'all, the best part is what I might be leaving out so far. It's like love coming together that's too busy to have started any other way because of the parts that you two have both been playing. And here it's like very motherly, warm, loving energy that had to come out of a dark place. And here it's like something vibrant that needed a lift, that's like taking care of things all over the place with a sort of a young zest is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing for somebody else too, especially if you're the one with like your partners in and out like every 8 to 9 weeks. I'm hearing this is like trying to plan around a fertility cycle. And this has been like a really difficult time. Okay. Alright, Taurus, let's see what you got. Your card is the Knave of Pentacles. Well, so that's interesting. Somebody is making an offer of some kind here, or a proposition, or I don't know if that looks familiar to you or not, but it's like somebody's like trying to pour a drink in her, and it's like it might not be what it looks like. I'm hearing, especially if this dark cloud energy is around, you might have put something in there, is like what I'm hearing. So watch your drink if you don't know people very well, because this Knave, that's a page too. It could be this other energy here too that's showing up with you, but I don't know. I'm kind of hearing this is sort of like what you might be coming out of, is like somebody that goes at it that way. Then we've got the so 3 of Swords. This was actually upside down as I was pulling it out. And this is kind of like a third party lurky energy. Let's see here. So somebody's had, alright, this is the Chariot. Sometimes this is a Cancer card too. This is Major Arcana. This is what was showing up facing me. That is often a decision to be made. Oof. And I'm hearing for somebody it's like, oh, I didn't know how to say it. And then it's like somebody being strung along over here, or like not knowing if they were. And if you look here, see somebody's like playing this instrument here. They're like do. It kind of looks like they're playing an instrument over here too. You know? And then there's this person trying to look in, like, what's going on? And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like whatever you left in the past here, especially if you had somebody that was like, I'm hearing like cheating on you. And if it wasn't cheating on you, because like I'm hearing for somebody, this is like the past 3 years of your life were hell, is what I'm hearing. Maybe like 3 to 4. Here's a 7. I don't know. Do your own math. But I'm hearing, for some of you all, it's like it might have been like sometimes this is a divorcee, it's like queen, and if she's not, it's like she's been through something where she can kind of think like that. It's like she's like kind of psychic, and she just knows like what's gonna happen. And so I'm hearing for some of you, it's like if you were married, I don't know if somebody cheated, if that was you or them, but I'm hearing for somebody it was really painful because it's like they were just like saucing it and just being like, oh, I can't help it, it happened, you know, ugh. And maybe 1, 2, 3 years. I'm seeing 3 cups there. I'm hearing somebody might have been like, should have been incarcerated for something there, and maybe they got it. I don't know, but this depends on who it is, Taurus. I'm getting a lot of messages. I'm gonna move on. Just hearing that for some of you, it's like if it wasn't your marriage, if you're not married, if you're like the single Taurus, you might have gone on a date with this chucklehead. I'm hearing it's like some kind of freaking chucklehead, and I'm hearing it's like not his face. I was just hearing it's like something about like his face or something, and you're just showing me here like this guy looks really creeper to me. Like he's like real creeper. He's like showing half his face, and I'm hearing it's not even his face. And I was hearing it's like not even his face for somebody. I don't know if they like catfished you or something, and then showed you their face, and you're like, what the hell? But I'm hearing for somebody it was like that. It's like, are you trying to trick me? And then there was another one I'm hearing where it's like he was built and he looked alright and he wanted to meet up, and then he just kept trying to like give you drinks, and you're like, I don't drink, you know, I don't want to drink. And then he said something about the 3rd date. He's like, well, if you don't do that, I've got another swipe, and you need to do this, or that's how I get paid, or something like that. And I'm hearing it's been like crappy fucking dating for some of y'all, and just like, I don't have time for this. I'll work 8 or 9 days a week instead of 7 because no. And so I'm hearing it's like 7, 8, 9, and like being split in your own mind, and like Taurus. I'm hearing part of the problem, if you're like either out of that shit terrible relationship, I'm so sorry if that's what happened to you, and you had like a crappy person that was just like, oh, I can't help it, or whatever. Because I'm seeing for some of y'all, it's like 3 recent 3 or 4 bad years, and just like bad situation there, and it's already being lifted off of you. You need to know that. I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like now you're interested in somebody else after all that, or you're the single that had the bad freaking date. Or like whatever. I hear it's like it wasn't even a date. It wasn't even a date. It was like a friend of who's dating somebody and said you need to meet that one, and the person was stupid or something. I don't know. It was stupid Ferris Bueller story is what I'm hearing, but whatever it is, I'm hearing some of you all have this, what is the word I'm looking for? It's a trust issue for sure. I mean, right in the right place. I get it. It's not a chip on your shoulder, even though it could be, though. I'm hearing it's like you're just skeptical because you heard something else. It's like did I hear that wrong, or did I misinterpret it? Is this person like, you know, just playing me a song, or like fiddling me along, or whatever? I keep seeing this person here. It looks like maybe they're strumming an instrument, and then he's like over here making music, and you know, and she's over here like, I just know some hoochies in your bed is what I'm hearing. Y'all's guides are funny. All right. Because I don't even talk like that, really. But I'm hearing, what hoochie is in his bed? I need to know what hoochie here. Do you have the hoochie here? And I hear this is like somebody feeling split because you asked two different people and they told you two completely different things. And so it's like, oh, Taurus, it's hurting my own brain, okay? The good news is that this was a play down too. And I hear there's no hoochie. Or if there was a hoochie, it was so long ago that now it doesn't matter anymore because it's 3 of Swords in reversed. Energy is over. What I would be more concerned about is El Capitan over here pouring 3 drinks and trying to douse people because I'm hearing something about you're gonna know if you're getting a screaming witness on it wasn't his face or like something about his face being distorted because I'm hearing for somebody it's like somebody's gonna get reported and I don't know if they're gonna say something about like a characteristic or something similar about the face, but for some of y'all that's where this is going, and that might be what this nightmare is about, especially if it's somebody that you spent some time with and somebody that might have been supporting because it's like I just hear it's like 1, 2, 3, there they go, 4, and it's like the divers is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna pull a few Sibilas here. Taurus. I want to know what's going on with this 8 of Swords, or what y'all are gonna do, because you need some advice. Somebody needs to do something here. And that energy is super elusive for people. A lot of times it feels like kind of helpless because you're in it, but at the same time it's like you don't have to just be stuck there, you know that something's being lifted around and that you're really more this one here that has the advance to weapon themselves out or write themselves out, and some of this is just how you're communicating with yourself, making sure that you're not like robbing yourself of enough sleep here, because I'm hearing it's like you might just be too back to back. It's like too many things happening successively is how I'm hearing it. All right, first card. So Speedy. So this is somebody kind of mourning something that passed. I'm hearing for somebody, it's like where our energy crossed. My little boy is really talkative right now. If you hear my kitty cat, I'll be there in a little bit. So Speedy, she is sometimes sobbing because of something that she started to do and then she talked herself out of. And so it's like coming to terms with that. La superbia. So this might be why somebody didn't do something. Sometimes this is like too much attention. It's like having way too much attention and just being like, how do I keep this up? Because of the situation, there's a lot of eyes on it. La superbia. A lot of times people will want to pluck at that bird too. And it's like you need a certain kind of protection. Usually this is a very protected energy. But I'm hearing that this might actually be kind of what got in the way, especially... Okay, so what's looking at me here, first of all, is Lamante. That's the lover. And that's a romantic gesture that might have happened. Wow. And maybe what somebody has been trying to look into here today. Did somebody make a romantic gesture, Taurus, or is that you considering this? Because this is actually hands coming together. And somebody who may have been praying for the one after something left before. And I'm hearing if you're wondering what was happening here, this is energy of somebody that's learning to communicate. Page of Swords. After whatever they've had to lift themselves from. See, there's dark energy here too. And this 3 of Swords is often the triangulated, upset energy, jealous energy, broken-hearted energy that somebody might have had to heal from. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, this might be what you need to know, depending on what side of this you're on, to be able to cut yourself free and release yourself, especially if you're holding on to some grief. Because I'm hearing for some of you too, you might need to hear this, because I'm hearing for some of you, if you had known all that and you had taken those steps before, this person might not have been through the healing as well. And so sometimes that's good for you to know. So hopefully not too many scars here with this Knave of Pentacles, but I'm hearing be really considerate of your own needs, especially if you're meeting with people for the first time that you have not met in person, is what I'm hearing. Just like with regard to drinks and stuff, because somebody was here before. I mean, they're making it look a little bit more like, it's something in the past, but there could be potentially a lot of people reading this, and there's somebody here that's definitely in the dark, that's in the dark cloud here, Taurus, that's like up to something. And so, careful if you're going out and having drinks and stuff like that, okay? Because the Queen of Cups might be apt to drink, and not everybody is up to the best. All right. Hey, I love you, Taurus. I'd love to hear how this resonated for you, or if it did, drop me a note. If you think it would help somebody, please share it with them, because I would appreciate that. If you'd like your own private reading, hit me up too, especially if you have dates and things. We can get some very specific information for you. And, before I forget, I'll come back to this here. We were looking at the romantic gesture here. This card just showed up. I think it was for Pisces. No, he's saying it wasn't Pisces. All right, I might be wrong here. But I did want to put this back out here. This 11, before I forget here, you've got a 7 and 11 here that are both looking up at me from these cards that were spent. And I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like, here we go. This is what I was going to talk about, actually. It was just what was sticking out here. Fortuna, okay. It's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune energy that's happening here. And I was just going to say, with lots of energies trying to shoot out here one at a time. With anything that might have been health related, because I was hearing for somebody about just like a change with a health status here. This is actually kind of a special pathway that's happening with my cat screaming here. At the same time, it's like whatever needed to be turned so that something could show itself new, sometimes it's going to take a while. Like I was hearing this was like a long cycle for some of you here, but I'm hearing that especially if somebody was considering something about like a surgery, because they just keep showing me this person, this 9 swords, and then the sword that the page is holding. And I'm hearing that if this is like some kind of a recovery thing that's going on, what you need to know is it's like whoever this healer is that might have been in your life, I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like you might have actually fallen in love with them is part of what this thing is. And that this, it's kind of like, sometimes this one's like spiritual surveillance for me, this card here. Especially if somebody's had something over their head, because I'm hearing for some of you all, this like so speedy here, that's like crying or whatever, it's more like the past. It's like the thing that had to happen, and then this is you like new after something left, and it's like the oar, or the, what do you call it, of the ship here, and it's like you being in charge here. And it's like the whole thing had to go completely full circle. And so for some of you, this is you coming to terms with something that's like, it seemed like it escaped you for a long time. It's where your mind is no longer going to be divided. And there's love here. And yeah, I got another confirmation here for you all. right underneath this is my Two of Cups, Two of Chalices. So that's shown up twice here for you. Two of Cups has shown up twice. So I don't know, Taurus, a lot going on here. I think for some of you all, you're just seriously on the cusp of new beginnings that can happen in your sense of partnership, starting with yourself, with a new awareness of what is around you and what you've actually pruned. Because I'm hearing pruning is actually what a lot of this is about. And certain things that got trimmed for different reasons. So let me know. I love you a lot. Hit me up if I can do a private reading for you, and feel free to join our Discord chat where we can chat some more if you're interested in things like that. And if I don't hear from you, you take care, and we'll catch you again soon. We're back for another one, Taurus. Bye for now.
Promise that you'll catch me.